Hey everyone, welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a really powerful conversation from digital creators Leon and Nils. It's all about this massive digital burnout we're all feeling right now. When people tell you to get off your phone, they're not just trying to save the Wi-Fi or, just be annoying. We are literally in a crisis of our own making. But the insights we're unpacking today offer this incredible wake-up call and honestly, a really compassionate path out of all the noise.
Right, let's just get straight into this number 8. Think about that for a second. We're seeing observations that people are now spending up to 8 hours a day just staring at their phones. That is a full-time job. It is almost impossible to describe the sheer level of regret you're going to feel when you hit your 40s and realize you spent a massive chunk of your absolute prime years just endlessly scrolling on a tiny glowing rectangle. I mean, it's a staggering waste of the best years you have to build your mind and your body.
And this comparison perfectly hits the nail on the head. Look at the top deathbed regrets. Like 10 years ago, researchers surveyed palliative care patients, people at the very end of their lives. And the number one regret was, man, I worked too much. I really should have spent more time with my family. Now, those people lived their lives entirely before the internet. But for Gen Z, the generation literally born holding tablets, their guaranteed future regret is going to look completely different. They're absolutely going to regret throwing away their youth staring at screens instead of, actually living in the real world.
Okay, let's move on to section Why We Stopped Reading, the Cognitive Crisis.
So teachers everywhere are practically sounding the alarm right now with the same terrifying frustration. An entire generation is literally losing the ability to read. Just take a look at what our modern digital diet consists of. We've got meme captions, super short, fast-paced videos, and quick tweets. And here's the thing. If this list is the absolute max extent of your daily reading, you are in serious trouble. We just can't expect people to understand a nuanced newspaper article or grasp complex world events anymore. Why? Because when your brain is only fed these three quick formats, you actually lose the ability to distinguish between an objective fact and a subjective opinion.
So it all boils down to this. You cannot develop deep reasoning without the silence of a text. Look, throwing on a podcast or a fast-paced video is great, but they light up completely different parts of your brain. To actually reach complex levels of reasoning, there is no quick hack. You literally just have to sit in total silence with a text. And I know some of you are thinking, okay, but my ADHD won't let me do that. Well, the source material tackles that head on. You just have to find a subject you actually care about and practice. It definitely gets easier, but you have to start.
Which brings us to section The Algorithm's Emotional Trap. You are the target.
Here's the harsh reality. Social media companies have built entire, massive ecosystems of professional intelligence with literally one goal: stealing your attention. You're not just getting distracted, you are the target in an asymmetric war. These algorithms rely on 3 massive psychological pillars to keep you completely hooked. First, fear of the future. Second, anger and hatred toward anyone different from you. And third, that primal human need for belonging. These pillars completely bypass your logical brain. They go straight for your human identity. When you jump into an online mob to mock someone, your brain actually releases chemical pleasure. The system is literally drugging you with outrage just to keep you clicking. The source uses this absolutely brilliant metaphor. You are a fly caught in a digital web of sadism and outrage. So when you think you're, engaging or bravely fighting for a cause in the comments section, you're actually just a fly wriggling around in a spider's web. And the more you fight, the more tangled up you get, and the more money the platform makes off your trapped attention. Literally, the only way to win this game is to turn it off, step back, and leave the web altogether.
And that leads us to our next point. Section Books, the Ultimate Rebellion. Choosing quiet over loud. Think about it. You're up against a system armed with billions of dollars explicitly designed to trap you using fear. So choosing to engage with a silent object, that is an act of pure rebellion. Books have absolutely nobody paying to artificially hold your interest. A book is never, ever going to send you a push notification. It won't scream, hey, look at me. It's just silent, it's calm, it waits patiently. Actually reading it relies entirely on your own willing willpower. I really, really love this definition from the source. A book is a fissure in time and space. When you sit down to read, you're basically having this deeply intimate conversation with an author who might be sharing the absolute most profound crises of their entire life. They could have written these words in the 19th century, but the moment you open the book, time and space just disappear. You're connecting directly with their humanity. And the best part? There is no algorithm artificially wedging itself between you two. Okay, so how do we actually fix this? Let's get into section Reclaiming Your Life.
messy, real, and actionable. First off, we have to completely ditch this whole idea of perfection. Just consider this incredibly raw quote from Leon. I stayed up reading about internet controversies and ate 5 packs of Oreos. I mean, even the people who set these boundaries totally fail sometimes. He actively tries to eat right and avoid toxic internet drama, but hey, sometimes the rabbit hole wins and 5 packs of Oreos suddenly vanish. And honestly, it is so important to admit that, because slipping up is just a part of being human. The thing is, social media is literally designed to sell you a perfect life, these flawless highlight reels and morning routines. The source actually brings up this stand-up comedian who pointed out that looking at the internet just makes you feel like your perfectly normal life is somehow terrible. But real life isn't this flawless, straight line shooting upward. Real life is an upward, squiggly line. You try, you fail, you dip down for a bit, you get back up. As long as your overall trajectory is heading up, those little dips and squiggles, they are totally fine.
So the real secret here is setting up actual, structured rules for yourself. Check out Leon's exact step-by-step method for breaking his severe YouTube habit. Step 1, he completely stopped watching it on his phone. Done. Step 2, he only let himself watch it on an actual TV screen, which totally changes the whole dynamic. And step 3, he strictly limited his viewing to either learning software tutorials or having it on the TV while he was at the gym. And you know what happened? This one simple rule actually made him work out way more often. Talk about a win-win.
The big takeaway for us today is actually super simple. Pick one thing wrong in your life today and apply a rule to it. Just one single thing. Do you want to read more, go to bed earlier, cut down your screen time? Just make a quick list of what feels off, pick one item, and set a rule. Are you going to fail sometimes? For sure. Your path is going to have potholes. But when you do, you just try a different rule, take it step by step, and slowly start taking your life back.
So as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with this one thought to really chew on. That digital web, it is not going to dismantle itself, and nobody is coming to rescue your attention span. So which app are you going to delete from your phone today to reclaim your time? Think about the peace and quiet waiting for you and the actual real life you could be living right now. Go ahead and take that action the absolute second this explainer ends. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll catch you in the next one.